May the 4th be with you, friends, and I wanted to share a memory that I had, which was actually from 1 year ago today. Last year, I was fortunate enough to be invited as part of the first international press group to come back to Disney after its reopening. I went there on behalf of CGM, and I had an amazing time, but what was really fun was when I looked at the itinerary and I saw what was going to be happening on May the 4th. It was a day that was full of events, and we're going to get to all of it, but the big thing was what happened at the end of the day. It was going to be my first experience at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now, to go to Galaxy's Edge for your first time is an exciting thing in and of itself, but to be going there on May the 4th after the park had closed is just... And stay tuned to later in the video because I vlogged my entire reaction to it, so you'll get to see the whole thing. But first, we're going to rewind to May 3rd, which was the day I arrived at Walt Disney World. There's two very specific things I just wanted to talk about the day I arrived, because it was just a real good sense of how amazing people at Disney treat other people. I know I was press and it was a whole nother thing, but anytime I've ever been there, I've been treated amazingly by every single cast member who's been there. But the day I get there, there's a little reception at the beginning of the evening just to welcome everybody. And I'm standing around, I know virtually nobody except maybe the PR people who invited me there in the first place. I latched onto a couple of other members of the Canadian press just, because we had something in common. And then another guy walked up to our table. He introduced himself as Jeff, and he said to me, he's like, "You're that streaming guy, aren't you?" And I was kind of like, yeah, sort of. Like, I write about streaming and I write about equipment for streaming and things like that. I'm not a gigantic streamer by any means. I'm barely a small streamer. And I'm overall a very small creator at this point. I mean, I wasn't there as an influencer, I was there as a member of the press to write about this. But we sat there for about 20 minutes and we just talked about things that Disney could do with streaming, with events and things like that. And some other people came in and joined in on the conversation. It was really lively and good. He went off his separate way and I ended up going to eat little tiny hot dog things. I don't really remember. I think they were wrapped in bacon and it was delicious. Don't worry about that. Then maybe another half hour went by and we heard a voice in the PA system saying, "Somebody wants to welcome you all here. Everybody welcome Jeff Valley, president of Walt Disney World Resort." Hi, Jeff, that I've been talking to for quite some time about what Walt Disney World could be doing with streaming. The amazing thing about that man, and anybody who's met him has said the same thing, is that when he talks to you, he doesn't talk to you like he's some high up. He just talks to you like you're on an even level, and he listens, and it was just a sheer joy, and it still to this day blows my mind every time I see him on something. So that was the first one, and then the second one of our PR reps, Alyssa, I was talking to her, and I was lucky enough to be able to bring my wife on this trip. And we just mentioned in passing that we were coming up on our 15th wedding anniversary, and we actually honeymooned at Walt Disney World. The rest of the evening goes by, and then we go back to our hotel room, and then we actually came home to this. Just a little token to wish us a happy anniversary. So that's the caliber of people I had the good fortune of dealing with while I was there last year. Our PR reps, Alyssa and Natalie, took such amazing care of us. And I mean, I felt like a wandering child sometimes, and they did such a good job of keeping us on track because there was so much to do. And that's how we lead into May the 4th, 2022. So the day started as simple as any. We woke up, we were staying at the Boardwalk Inn, we went down and had a little light breakfast, and we just sat by the water taking in the quiet while we had it. And the rest of the day was an absolute whirlwind. First, I attended a press event that had all of the 50th anniversary celebration stuff, from the food to the new merch. Then they took us over to do a photo op with Mickey Mouse. I actually vlogged the entire thing, but here's the funny thing. When I got home, I had planned on making a gigantic video, like a 30-minute video, all about my experience of the 4 days that I was there. But guess what happened? Half of my footage was corrupted. It was absolutely heartbreaking, but the bottom line was that was going to be a secondary project that was just for me. I got all the stuff done that I needed to get done for CGM. I got all the articles written. I did social posts. I did my own social posts. So at the end of the day, my work was done, but my opus unfortunately never got to come to fruition. After just a little bit more walking around the Magic Kingdom, we got whisked away to Disney Springs, where we got to watch Cirque du Soleil's new show at Disney Springs, Drawn to Life. If you have never seen a Cirque du Soleil show, you are missing out. Go see anyone you can. I've seen a bunch. I saw Lanuba when it was at Disney Springs. I've seen almost all the ones in Vegas. They're just all fantastic. This particular one was an absolutely beautiful story. I didn't not cry during it. I'm a dad, and there's a lot of parent-child stuff in there, and, it's home, especially when you go to Disney without your children. Next up, we headed to Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we got there a little bit early, so we actually got to be brought on to Mickey's Runaway Railway, which I had never been on the ride before, much less I've never been on any trackless ride, so I was really excited to check it out. It was a fantastic, fun ride. I can see why they're going with this technology with a lot of their rides right now. It really opens up a ton of opportunities for them. After that, we got brought over for dinner. It was actually a special press event. We had a big buffet on the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular set. So we were down there on floor level, and I was just getting to try all this amazing food, just hoping that no spikes came up and got me. And there were Disney characters floating around. You could take pictures with them, and we were being serenaded by an awesome a cappella group. And none other than the president of Walt Disney World Resort, Jeff Valley, was there to welcome us all as one big group. We got word that Jodie Benson, the voice of Ariel in the original Little Mermaid, was actually there while we were there. One girl at our table said she wanted to go over and meet her, and we kind of encouraged her to go and say hello. She went and said hello, and she got a picture with her and all that. She came back and she was just in tears, and she was just like, I met my favorite Disney princess. This is what I tell you about Disney. There is no time at which you do not kind of reduce back to child when you were there. It doesn't matter if you're there in a professional capacity or not. When you look around and when you experience it, that is just what you are and who you become again. And it was so nice to see that. It brought such a smile to our faces. It was also right around this time that I texted my wife Carrie and just showed her a picture of the food I'd been eating, because she wasn't able to join us for that. But she messaged me back and said, for dinner, I had 2 margaritas and a pizza. So I mean, on her level, I think she thinks she won. But when it was all said and done and the park was closed to the public, we all got brought up and we got brought to the entrance of Galaxy's Edge. But while we were waiting, I know a lot of the people who were there kind of taking care of us knew that I was just as big a Star Wars fan as I am a Disney fan, and that this was going to be my first time experiencing this. And they were a little giddy to see how I was going to react, so they actually stuck pretty near me and kind of guided me to where I wanted to go. But this is the time where I'm going to take you to the reaction video I took. Now, it is dark out when we do this, and the video is a little bit choppy, so I ask that you kind of bear with that. You'll hear the voices of some of our handlers as we're going through, so enjoy. Okay, I know it's dark. We are actually at Hollywood Studios after it closed, but we're about to do what I've been waiting 2 years to do, and that is enter Batuu, enter Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. But it's gonna be dark for the most part because it's dark outside. That's how light works. I'm very excited to do this. There's a lot of people here who had the exact same kind of thing happen that happened to us, which is we lost our opportunity to come and do this within days of the borders closing and Disney closing and all that kind of stuff. It has been quite a journey, but we are here, and there are a lot of us, and you can see way off in the distance a lot of lightsabers celebrating May the 4th. I've got this shirt because I sweated out my other shirt because it is, for you Celsius lovers out there, it was 33 degrees Celsius today. Let's give it up for these guys. Woo! It feels incredibly special to be here. Like, the park is literally closed. These are all international media here, of which I am a member, and I am honored to do so. And I'm walking towards, we can see the gate ahead of us right now, and I'm losing my mind just a little bit. I'm really just talking at this point to kind of distract myself from where we're about to be. The separation between Blackspire Outpost and the rest of Hollywood Studios is amazing. Like, you do not know that this is here, and then all of a sudden, it's here. And we're coming through, and I don't know when I'm actually gonna see stuff for the first time. There's a lot of trees ahead of us. We'll get there. We'll get there. I've waited this long, I can be patient. And you! Thank you. Said may the 4th be with you. I think she invented that. It's dark and it's hard to see a lot of things, but you can see off in the distance it begins. There's a speeder over there. Oh. Guys, we're here. God bless this lighting. Really bringing out the face. Oh my God, guys. Okay, what is this? Where are they going? Is that something? Chewie's back there. Oh, there goes Ray. It's so dark here, you can't really see. Yeah, I don't know what's where. So. I think I'm all right for now. Yeah, I want to see the Falcon. Droids? Oh, wow. That is something. Blackspire Outpost, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you think, Joe?
I think everything. I think most things, and I think them all simultaneously.
It's pretty impressive, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm like ill-prepared for this.
It gets better. It gets better.
Yeah.
And there's all these like little nooks and crannies everywhere.
I've been noticing the whole time.
Yeah, you just gotta go.
Yeah, like I know it's the, oh my God. That's everything. That's everything. Imagine the greatest thing from your childhood coming to life right in front of you. Oh, that is a lot to take in, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go have some fun.
Music and other broadcasts from Batu and the other world. And now,
About to get rolling, rise of the resistance. Not freaking out, I'm not freaking out, you're freaking out, I'm not freaking out. It's May the 4th and I'm about to get on Rise of the Resistance. I am freaking out, you're not freaking out. In line for Rise of the Resistance at a time where there's no line at all because there's only 200 total people in the park. So it's moving at a significant clip. But better than that is the fact that it's air conditioned in this mug. So Sweaty Joe, who's been dealing with the heat all day, and is going to be dealing with the heat all day tomorrow, it's going to get hotter, is nice and cool right now. Except I'm freaking out. The detail in this place is fantastic. Look at all the gear.
Commander 9-9, please report back to ITS cockpit.
Now, this amazing day isn't the reason we went to Walt Disney World last year. I was there to cover the 50th anniversary celebration and to review the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind ride. And as amazing as all that stuff was, this particular day will never leave my consciousness. And I've had a lot of amazing days at Disney parks, but that one is right up there amongst the top of them all. Let me know down in the comments what your best Disney day was. It doesn't have to be around a specific anniversary or whatever. You could have just had one magical day where everything just happened to go your way. I want to hear about all of them, so make sure to go down there. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the like and subscribe. It really helps. We're a brand new channel. May the 4th be with you, my friends, and until next time, have fun out there.